Hola, me llamo Erin Brooks, yo tengo 13 años y yo vivo... Hola, me llamo Erin Brooks, yo tengo... Oh my gosh. Hola, me llamo Erin Brooks, yo tengo 13 años y yo vivo en Hawaii. My dreams are to hopefully win a world title, and surfing in the Olympics would be amazing. I started surfing when I was 9 years old, and it was when we first moved to Maui, and there was a little girl there who invited me to a surf lesson. I had to work extra hard because I started a little bit later than most people. Like, some people start when they're like 3 or 4.
And she came home and just loved it and wanted to go again the next day and the day after that, and it's pretty much been every day for the last 4 years. The one thing I tell parents, because I get asked a lot, how did Erin get good so fast? She had some natural ability, but she has a work ethic and she has a motor that doesn't quit. So she works really hard at everything she does. She's very competitive herself. She wants to be very good at things. But I think the most important thing is to make sure it's your kid's dream to do whatever it is they're trying to do and not your dream. Because if you're pushing your dream on your child, you're going to be miserable, they're going to be miserable, and they're going to end up hating whatever sport or activity it is that you're making them train in all the time. So with her, it's pretty easy. She loves to surf. So it's not hard to explain to her, hey, I know you don't want to go run sprints or you don't want to have to go to this exercise class, but if you want to be able to surf big waves, you're going to have to be strong enough to paddle in, or you're going to have to go to this breath holding class and show you can hold your breath for over a minute. It's not fun to practice those things, but if that's the objective, that's what you need to do. I think the important thing when you're looking at your child is identify, do they want to surf because they just want to go play with their friends, or do they really have a desire to be great at something? And if their desire is to be great, I think you need to show them the path to get there and see if they're willing to put in the work.
A normal day for me is probably wake up, eat breakfast, either go train or go surf, come back, eat a quick snack, do some school. If the waves aren't good, then I'll go skateboard or do more school or surf again. I try to surf at least 4 hours a day, depending on the conditions.
Pretty much every day is at least a workout, a small skate session, and usually 4, sometimes 6 hours surfing. When Erin really got serious about wanting to compete, and I saw that she had some talent, instead of looking at how 11-year-olds were training when she was 11, we looked at how pros were training. Because if the objective was to be a pro, then let's train the way pros are training. So we put her in some training classes. We got her working with pro surfers or traveling and surfing waves pros surf. Got her on good equipment and made sure that she was really dialed in as far as her whole program. But the goal is definitely for her, she wants to be on the CT. She would love to compete in the Olympics someday. But the one thing I always try to hammer home is I want her to be the best surfer she can be. That way, if she spends years chasing this and doesn't achieve those objectives, she can still walk away knowing I gave it 100% of my effort and I left becoming the best surfer I can be. She gets asked a lot, especially on Instagram. Kids from around the world and parents too are asking how did she learn how to do airs. I think the most important things, and everyone thinks there's like a secret. You know, it's a wave pool. It's Shane Beshin or Shane Dorian telling you some trade secret. The only secret, and both those guys will tell you, is being willing to fall 1,000 times to get your first air. But it's a lot of time spent watching film of other people and yourself, seeing what you're doing wrong, seeing what you're doing right, and then going out and practicing in the water. I think physical training is a big part of it, being strong enough and flexible enough. I think skateboarding helps a lot. But you have to put all those things together and then be willing to work hard to do it.
I would work really hard on the trampoline or when I was skating. And then one day I finally pulled my first one and I was super excited.
I hear parents all the time telling their kids, when you're on tour or when you're a professional or when you get sponsored. I never promise any of those things to her. We talk about what it would take to get there. We look at how hard the other pros are working. We watched Italo this last off season. He's in the gym all the time. He's posting clips all the time. He's working all the time, and he's the world champ. He's not taking it easy. He's not slowing down. So if that's the level you want to get to, then you need to be as dedicated and put in that time. I think it's important to surround yourself with people who are already successful, to watch their habits, to see what they're doing, and see where those guys are sitting, see the sections they're hitting, see the maneuvers they're practicing and what they're trying. And honestly, see how much time they spend in the water. It's mind-blowing sometimes when you see even somebody like a Courtney Conlog. They'll go out for 5 or 6 hour sessions. So the other day, Erin was at the end of about a 2 hour session. She was tired, she was a little cranky, and we asked her to go get a 5-point score. And the surf was not good. It was going to be a little bit of a challenge. And Erin talked back, had a little bit of a breakdown. And when she does do something that needs a parent's correction, we try to correct her using some type of a physical exercise. We don't spank her or ground her. We'll give her burpees or sit-ups or runs, and she hates to run. We've always done some type of a physical correction that involves her getting bigger, faster, or stronger. Erin gets a lot of inquiries from kids and parents asking how she got sponsored, or asking if she can help introduce them or send their videos to her sponsors. The important thing about surfing is having fun. It's not important to focus on when you're going to get sponsored, or how you're going to get sponsored, or who your sponsors are going to be. That shouldn't be the reason why you're out there surfing. Focus on getting better, focus on your contest results, focus on posting good videos and content. And if you're good enough, the sponsors are going to find you. You don't want to be chasing sponsors, because if you're chasing them, they may just throw some stickers and some clothes at you, and that's all they're going to give you, because you're coming and bugging them trying to get sponsored. It's also important to realize when they do come to you that you're representing that brand. That brand's not there to help you along. They are going to help you along by maybe some financial assistance or some product or some training, but they're doing it because it's advertising money for them. So you always have to look at that sponsorship as an obligation. You need to go out, like in Erin's case, Erin needs to go out and promote Rip Curl. She needs to go out and promote Dakine. She needs to go out and promote Oakley or Vertra. And that requires photo shoots. That requires putting in her time in the water, wearing their clothes, being a good brand ambassador, being friendly to other people, so people look at her and say, oh, I want to wear Rip Curl because Erin Brooks does it. Or I saw Erin Brooks riding a Matt Viola shaped surfboard. I want to get one of those. The better you support them, the more they're going to support you. And it's a give and take relationship, but it's important to understand it is a business relationship even for these kids. These brands have to look at that marketing dollar and say, should I give a bunch of money to these 13, 14, 15-year-old kids? Or is it better to go chase an Italy or someone on tour and spend their money there where they have a global reach? And if you help them generate sales, then obviously they're going to be more interested in helping you with your career. But if they're putting money into you and you're not giving back to them and helping them generate sales, then they're going to use that money and go somewhere else.
Hay algo hoy, por ti mi amor, que estoy soñando, que te estoy viendo. Ay, por mi amor, grita mi sueño. Ahí vamos. Uno más, una caladita más.
Follow your dreams, always do your best, and always have fun. Gracias a Surfing Republica, pura vida.